And what is going on, good people? We're back here working on a weekend like usual. And of course, we're always working on a weekday. It is ISG football. Yes, the intersection of sports and gaming, live here on Bally Sports Network, Watch Stadium Sports app, Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter as well. As we're live here from El Aguila Dorado Restaurant in Bayonne, New Jersey. We're talking about the latest in the world of the NFL and football. Also, we got a Madden matchup for you as well. Two of the top Madden players in the world playing for cash and other prizes. As like we said, we'll talk about the NFL and everything else live here from El Aguila Dorado Restaurant. It is ISG football, the intersection of sports and gaming. We put the sports and esports live here on a Tuesday night on Bally Sports, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and also Stadium Sports Network. All right, let's come inside here, folks. Look, sports, Madden, NFL, CFB League. Also, 2K Association, folks. ISG football on Tuesday, ISG basketball on Thursdays, folks. So it's a Tuesday night around 8 p.m. Eastern. We're always right here, bring you the latest in the world of football, the NFL, and also college football. But shout out to the good folks right here in my town, right here. I'm trapping right here in the hometown. Not hometown. I'm from Nashville, Tennessee, but the town that I call home now. I've been here 9 years. Bayonne, here on Broadway, near Midtown. It is El Aguila Dorado Restaurant. Yes, the Golden Eagle. It has landed. Authentic Mexican restaurant right here in Bayonne, New Jersey. Folks, we're talking about great food, great atmosphere. Got the libations flowing as well. Happy hour, Monday through Friday, 2 to 6 p.m. Eastern as well. Also, the mariachi shows. The mariachi shows on Tuesdays, typically every Tuesday. Now, every other Tuesdays. DJs on the weekends, Latin nights on the weekends as well. Great food, great here, and those great affordable drinks. They got the patio as well. They do it really well here in Bayonne, New Jersey at El Aguila Dorado Restaurant, the Golden Eagle. It has landed right here on Bally Sports, Watch Stadium Sports Network, and also Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter. All right, let's go ahead and bring in the co-hosts for the day. And to my left, we got, who is that? That would be, I guess to my left, which one? This is my left, right? This left, right here? Or is this my right? The other right. To my left, Andrea Richmond. Peace up, A down. She's in the A-town. And to my right is our quarterback, our starting quarterback, Jarrett Guarantano, former University of Tennessee starting quarterback. Also played for the Broncos and the Cardinals. Blue 80. Kill. 52's the mic. Easy. Roger. Liz. How did I do, JG?
Better every week. I guess it's just a practice. I mean, I know you're not used to. I know the wide receivers don't really have cadence, but every week that you get on here, you get.
John Gruden approved.
Hey, what is it? Why Spider 2 white banana?
Spider
At least you're not clapping
banana.
like Jackson Dart. You would make him happy now.
Right.
You know what? I really get annoyed with that when I see it in college football. It's always, and you can't the clap on defense because they'll call a penalty. I hate that, man. It's crazy. Your thoughts, JJ?
What was the year of origination? It must have been like Tim Tebow when he was playing or something like that. Because it really wasn't around that long. Probably around like 15 years, maybe.
I was about to say 10 to 20 years max. Yeah, max.
Very new.
Yeah. Because I've seen guys get penalties, man. You can't simulate the clap and stuff like that. I'm like, come on, man. Let them play football.
Gamesmanship.
That's the leg game or all sides.
Right. So I guess we'll have to, keep our eyes and ears on the college football sphere there. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get this thing started here. Let's look at the rundown here. We're talking about the latest in the world of the National Football League and also college football. New York Giants deny Abdul Carter's request to wear, first of all, 56 and then number 11. That's not going to happen. How about fight for old D? The nation's capital, set to host the 2027 NFL Draft. The Commanders also getting a new stadium that'll be coming online in about 5 years in 2030. We'll talk about that at the old RFK site. So a lot of fans down in the DC area definitely happy about that. John Legend performing live at A.J. Brown's engagement. The bar has been raised for all the young men out there. If you're going to propose to your girlfriend, good luck with that. And Bill Belichick's girlfriend, there's some concern University of North Carolina. With the influence that she has on him. Hell, we were concerned. A month ago, we were talking about this, hey, we're concerned about this. So we'll talk about all of those things. For the Madden matchup, let's look at the prizes here. The rules for the Madden matchup here. All Madden competitive game style hit-to-hit current rosters. We like to call those regs. All 32 NFL teams available. They're playing 5 1/4, folks. It's a king of the hill format. The winner stays on. Back to the prizes. course, it's all about the money. $50 guaranteed. The winner gets 40. Losers, it's about $10. Runs about this piece of $10 cash. The player that wins in 4 straight weeks, folks, gets an NFL licensed zip chair. Folks, go to zipchair.com to literally make the best gaming chairs in the world. They also make office furniture, gaming desks, you name it. Check them out online, zipchair.com. Got all the NFL teams, NBA, Major League Baseball, NHL, MLS, NCAA inspired zip chairs as well. And also any custom pieces you might want. They've got all of that for you. Shout out to our lady down there, the marketing person, Tina Altadonna. Shout out to her at Zipchair. Check them out online, zipchair.com. How about the matchup here as we get set here for the Madden matchup this weekend? This weekend it's going to be Bronco playing with the Baltimore Ravens against OG2K playing with the Chiefs. OG2K, currently our king of the hill. He's yet to lose in one of these matchups, so he's been going strong for about the last 3 to 4 months. Let's go ahead and take a look at the sort of, we'll call them the profiles here. Profiles encouraged, because you need to have some courage to play live on a stream or on television here. So let's go ahead and take a look at Bronco, aka his government name, Randy Chatterton. He's from El Paso, Texas, a little border city down there in Texas. Everything's bigger down there in Texas, including his age, 40 years of age, private tennis coach, and he's a Madden 19 MCS Browns Club Series semifinalist, amongst other things, with the accolades for our Bronco, aka Randy Chatterton. Let's go ahead and bring in Bronco, aka Randy Chatterton. So Bronco, we've seen you, man, recently here. We talked about you being a private tennis coach. I want to get to you on this Mad matchup. You're going against the king of the hill, and you're one of the few players that have played him tough. We're talking about a handful of matchups you've had here in the last couple of months. Talk about that experience and how that can help you get over the hump and take down the king of the hill.
I'm kind of done talking about it. Until I do it, there's really nothing to say.
Don't talk about it, be about it,
Don't talk about it, You got a belt? Are you going to put belt to ass tonight? You got a belt?
PTA.
Like I said, I'm not talking about it until I do it.
I like it. I like it. I like it. All right, okay, all right. Well, hey, good luck to you, man. Hopefully we'll be talking to you, kind sir, at the conclusion of the game. And good luck, man. You're playing with the Ravens today. We'll talk to you at the conclusion of the game, all right?
All right.
All right, good stuff, man. Let's take a look real quickly at the profile of our current champion, our king of the hill, and that would be OG2K, a.k.a. Nicholas Sirianni. That is his government name. Old Nick Sirianni, no relation to the head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles, Nicholas, or Nick Sirianni. He's from Buffalo, New York. Age, is he 19 or 20? He's 19. All right, he's 19. Moving on up. Just turned birthday to OG2K recently in college. And look at all those Madden championships. 10-time in the Compete Forever Leagues, the old Compete Forever Leagues, couple in the college football leagues, which will be coming back online in late July into August. So OG2K, currently the king of the hill. Let's go ahead and bring in the aforementioned king of the hill. The young man, there he is, OG2K, Nicholas Sirianni. Nick, man, you've been playing for about 3 months yet now. Losses here, so do you like donuts? You like bagels, man? Because you got a big old bagel up there, man. No losses, man.
Yeah, I got a lot of respect for Bronco, and we're going to have a good game here, so I'm looking forward to it.
And real quickly, you've been pulling games out recently late. How confident that you can still with this late game execution? If there was an award for Madden players and being clutch, you would definitely be it.
Yeah, I feel like that would be a thing to say. I just got to play loose and keep the lid on the defense.
All right, sounds good, man. Well, good luck to you, man. We'll be talking to the winner at the conclusion of the game. So we'll talk to him in a minute. But let's take a look real quickly at the Molly Pop Grape standings, folks. Shout out to our good friends there at Molly Pop Grapes. Check them out online, mollypopgrapes.com. Grapes as sweet as candy. And we're Molly Pop taking a roll about Sweet Storm with their pink bag. Folks, if you see that pink bag in your grocery stores, your local grocery stores, you got to understand you're getting high-quality produce. Check them out online, mollypopgrapes.com. Grapes as sweet as candy. About 20 different varieties of grapes, and also online. Currently, as we speak, they got the pressed juices as well, and they are really good for you and taste really good as well. mollypopgrapes.com, grapes as sweet as candy. There you can see the records right there for all of this. Let's go ahead and bring us all back in. Let's do these picks real quick. We got Andrew Richmond, piece up, a down, a town. Andrew Richmond. You going with the kingdom, or are you going to quote them Ravens?
Ooh, this weekend I might have blown a tire with my voice, and it could be tempting to be like, ooh, maybe OG will blow a tire with his gameplay. Obviously, he's going to have to pull out the mud lately. But until he gets beaten,
Getting it
I
out the
can't
mud,
do
for
it.
real?
He's gonna have to get it out the mud, for real, though. You ask him, and he's like, I don't know how the heck I keep on doing this. And like we keep on talking about, one of these days it's gonna happen. And it feels like it could today. There's something in the air. But I ain't brave enough to do that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go with OG. Go with what you know, okay?
All right, you going with the chalk. What about you, JG? You going chalk, man, or you going with that old Jersey heart of yours, that big old Jersey heart you got?
Nah, I think I want to follow Andrea here. She's right. I played a good amount of roulette in my it's rolling, and it just keeps hitting and hitting and hitting. I'm sick of being the one that says, you know what, it's gonna be black on this roll.
It has to, right?
Yeah, no, I'm going OG on this one. I'm rolling with red.
All right, we're gonna make it a clean sweep, but I'm always gonna say, man, I don't mind being wrong, and if Bronco can prove me wrong, not prove me wrong, but prove me wrong, that would be great. That would be great for business for Bronco. So we'll see. We'll talk to the winner at the conclusion of the game. All right, Bronco playing with the Ravens. OG2K playing with the Chiefs. Guys, lock it up. Let's play it out live right here, live on Valley Live Stadium Sports Network, Watch Stadium Sports app, Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter. And also, we're live here from El Aguila Dorado Restaurant, the Mexican sports bar and restaurant here in Bayonne, New Jersey. Guys, let's go ahead and play it out live. Do it, and good luck to both of you. Our the pregame show brought to you by our good friends from Fat Bastard and Sons. Check them out online, fatbastardandsons.com. Man, you're talking about family-owned business, been around for about 40 years, located right there in the South Hackensack, New Jersey, off Route 46. And with a name like that, Fat Bastard and Sons, folks, they love good food. They got the full bar as well. They bring you the best pizza around, and they're for great food and excellent service. Got pizza, burgers, chicken, seafood, you name it, subs, calzones. It's all right there. FatBastardandSons.com, located in South Hackensack, New Jersey, off Route 46. All right, we're back live at El Aguila Dorado Restaurant, Mexican restaurant and sports bar here in Bayonne, New Jersey. Larry Ridley, CBS Sports, Madden, NFL, ISG football and ISG basketball. Got Jarrett Guarantano, former University of Tennessee volunteer starting quarterback, also with the Broncos and Cardinals. Currently with the San Antonio Brahmas. Andrew Richmond, piece up 8 ounces, sportscaster extraordinaire and esportscaster down there in the A. You can see OG2K in the middle of the screen, playing with the Chiefs. He's on defense. On offense, Bronco, playing with the Broncos, playing with the Ravens. He's got the ball on offense. Our mad matchup as we talk NFL. All right, let's get into the NFL, folks. We're talking about playing in the NFL with Jarrett Guarantano, his former quarterback. He backed up Russell Wilson with the Denver Broncos. Dangerous playing with the New York Giants now, and his new teammate, the rook that just got drafted in the top 5 there, I believe number 3 overall, was Abdul Carter, the former Penn State University Nittany Lion. Really good player. Watched those double stacks with the number 11. Recently came out, wanted to wear 56 in honor of Lawrence Taylor. Lawrence Taylor's like, pump your brakes, not going to do that. Be your own man. Maybe wear 00, but I'm not going to unretire my jersey. And then he's like, hey, maybe I can wear number 11. Phil Simms was like, you know what? I don't think that's a bad idea. I'll allow you to do that. And then Phil was like, I got outvoted by my family, so you can't wear. So what the hell is Abdul Carter going to do? Can't wear 56 and can't wear 11. Your thoughts here, JG, on this whole thing? I know Rob Gronkowski talked about it as well. It's like, dude, what are you doing? You should be doing this, asking for numbers, be your own man. Are you one of those, or are you okay with him asking? I'm okay asking once, twice. Maybe you're doing a little too much.
Yeah, right. Like, I think that he kind of publicized it a little bit too much, right? If he wanted to go with
real really, intentions as well.
The 56 kind of like, come on, like, that's one of the greatest defensive players of all time. Like, his legacy cemented. Please don't do that. But then he goes from that, and then he goes to number 11. I'm like, all right, maybe Phil. I know Phil's family well. Like, Phil. As soon as Phil said that, I was like, yeah, no shot that Sim family's gonna let them. They're kind of prideful group, really good family. But I was like, but still, in my heart, I'm like, Abdul's such a great player right now, and he's going to a league where he hasn't really done anything much, or really done anything. Go be your own man and go create your own legacy and get your own number, right? Like, I just didn't really like that very much. I wouldn't have minded if he said, you know what, my number 11 was in college. Like, hey, can I do that? But going to 56 kind of just, it just blew it for me.
Yeah, Andrew, your thoughts here? I was thinking the same thing along those lines. Your thoughts here on being denied not 1 but 2 numbers?
I mean, it's one thing. Obviously, you grow up looking at stars, and who doesn't want to be, especially as an edge defender, who doesn't want to be somebody like Lawrence Taylor, one of the greatest of all time? The 11 decline is crazy, by the way. That is a crazy shot. Shout out to Kev, our producer, and Larry, too, for sliding that through. That's crazy. But then also, too, like, I understand you wanted to be 11 because that's what you were in college. But in a similar note as well, I kind of hate it when players want to model their idols so badly that they end up being their same number. And then when it comes to the retirement, you can't be like, oh yeah, you're one of the greatest 23s of all time. Like, then we have to like have all this like, okay, who are all this like in consideration, like in the basketball world, right? Everybody wants to be 23. LeBron James, Maya Moore. And instead, their legacy is kind of scented because you say 23, you're always going to think of Jordan, and you're never really going to think about LeBron or Maya or whoever else was doing that. You think of 8 and 24, you're always going to think about Kobe.
Or Draymond Green, 23, right? Great 23s, right?
Yeah, but Draymond Green is not quite the. Anyway, shout out to Draymond, boy. But yeah, you want to be your own person, and that's why like TB12, obviously Draymond, obviously 56 for Lawrence Taylor. I like you carving your own legacy and your own thing so that you can be your own person. I do love honoring your idols, but come on, it's much cooler to be.
It came from a good place too. I want to make sure we let the audience know it did come from a good place. It did.
Yeah, no,
Abdul Carter.
How much more cool is it going to be? Like Abdul Carter is going to be like, let's say like 52 or something like that. He's like the greatest 52 all time. I don't know, like something like that is much cooler than you just trying to be like your idol, you know?
Yeah. Jarrett, so look, we did see Cam Ward got permission from Warren Moon down in Tennessee, the number 1 overall pick to be the quarterback of the Titans. He got permission. So you've seen it before. Maybe he reaches out and go through back channels. Maybe you do it that way, but we've seen players get permission to do that. Now, it depends on the stratosphere of player. Like we're talking about Warren Moon, great player, Hall of Famer. And then there's LT, arguably the greatest defender in the history of pro football. I would say right now, probably is the greatest defensive player ever. It's either him, Dion, or somebody like that. Well, yeah, we're going old school there. Your thoughts here, Jarrett? Maybe, I mean, there's a fine line there, right? So I don't want to knock the kid.
I don't think that Cam publicized it as much as Abdul is publicizing it.
That's
and
it.
For me, that kind of rubbed me the wrong way a little bit. Like now, of what Warren did for Cam, I thought was an amazing honor. Like I thought that how cool it was for him to show up with the number 1 jersey, and I thought that was really sick to me. Tennessee really hasn't had as great of a quarterback since Warren Moon. Obviously, they had Ryan Tannehill,
Steve McNair.
He's one of the best to do it also, but
was a freaking MVP in 2003 with Peyton Manning, Steve McNair.
It's the number 1 pick. Like Cam's a really humble dude. Like I thought that was really nice to him, and obviously he wore number 1 all throughout. Abdul kind of starts publicizing it. He wants LT's number, Phil Simms' number. He's putting it on podcasts, interviews. It's like it's a little bit too much. It wasn't as cautious, I think, as Cam did it, or if Cam even did it, then it was probably underneath the table, or just a phone call, like, hey, like I completely respect your decision. You do or don't, but I would love to wear number 1 again. You know, so it's a little bit too publicized. Everything doesn't have to be social media based in this generation.
Yeah, well, we're talking 2025. We got a score there for OG2K, the king of the hill, with a touchdown lead over Bronco playing with the Ravens. Andrea, we'll wrap it up here. Your last thoughts here on the sort of balancing act. Like, I get it. Like I said, it came from a good place. He wanted the number. Maybe he worked some back channels. Is there anything better he could do? Or maybe it's up to the LT not to put him on blast like that.
I don't know. I feel like this.
Maybe LT could have talked to him behind the curtains and be like, behind the scenes, like, oh, you don't want to do this.
But then he still was gonna go the Phil Simms route, right? Like he tried again. Like this guy is trying to build into the legacy of somebody else.
And I guess when you're begging in public, you can get shot down in public, right?
Yeah, right. Exactly, right. You know, this is one thing that happens. But again, I'd like to reiterate the fact that LeBron James is one of the greatest of this generation of all time, and he still isn't the best number 23, right? Kobe Bryant, he's better than Kobe Bryant, but Kobe Bryant has his own legacy with 24 and 8. Want to be that person by yourself. This is a blessing in disguise. Is for Abdul Carter, you end up being somebody like LT, then you get to your own shine, you get your own number, then more people want to be like you, right? Everybody wants to be like Mike, and maybe they'll be like Abdul instead of being like, hey, you're great, but I still want to be like LT at the end of the day and have his number, right? So at the end of the day, this could end up working
At
out.
golfzonesocial.com. They've got 3 locations, folks. One in Brooklyn and also Scarsdale. The one in Brooklyn is the one we went to, and we'll be there in another week. They got 15 bays and 1 VIP bay for a total of 16. A sports bar and indoor golf lounge, all in one, folks. It's where golf meets social. Best indoor golf experience that you'll have. They got the golf games as well. You got to play over 240 courses that they have there. They also have video games on those simulators as well. A bunch of different things you can do, man. Unparalleled social engagement there with Golf Zone Social, the sports bar, and indoor golf lounge. Check them out online, golfzonesocial.com. 3 locations, Brooklyn, West Nyack, and Scarsdale. We're back here live at El Aguila Dorado Restaurant here in Bayonne, New Jersey. Authentic Mexican restaurant, great environment, great food, great folks, great bartenders, just awesome place to be here in Bayonne, New Jersey. Got Jarrett Guarantano, he's back, former University of starting quarterback, also with the Broncos and Cardinals, currently with the UFL's San Antonio Brahmas. Got Andrea Richmond, she is down in the A. She's a sportscaster. Bronco playing with the Ravens. He is on offense. He is down 7-0 to OG2K, playing with the Chiefs in our Madden matchup. All right, back to the NFL, folks. Washington, big week for Fight for Old DC. How about Washington? Just came out last night. DC, the DC area, the DMV specifically, going to host the 2027 NFL Draft. Now, next year, it's going to be in Pittsburgh. The year after, in 2027, down in DC, going to be at the National Mall there, near the Capitol and all that good stuff, man. They were there with Trump. With the proclamation, the mayor had some stuff with this as well. She brought in some people and got this thing over the finish line as well. Harris Blitzer, he did his thing as well. So they're doing a good job. The NFL Draft going to DC. They're expecting 1 million people, Jarrett, which will be an NFL record. I think currently the record is held by Detroit, over 700,000. In second place, Nashville and Green Bay this past year at over 600,000. Your thoughts here, JG? With the NFL Draft coming to DC, I think that thing's going to be lit. It'll be the best one we've seen. And we haven't even seen Pittsburgh yet, which is next year.
I think all of the things that's happening with Washington right now is such great timing just because of how the organization did last year, right? Like, it's been a better timing for them to have the NFL Draft happen within these next couple of years than right now. I'm excited. Like you said, I think it's going to be one of the best ever. Obviously, it's going to be super cool venue. I'm excited to see how they set that up and how they do it big.
Yeah, Andrew, your thoughts here? Just a great backdrop. I mean, with the National Mall, you got all those monuments there. You can't beat the aesthetics there in DC.
One of the I look out for whenever I'm traveling is how I'm going to get around, right? What's the public transportation like? What's the metro like? How am I going to places? And what is around there? All the respect in the world to some places like Green Bay and the other place that you mentioned right beforehand that we're going 2026, Pittsburgh, right?
Pittsburgh.
All the respect in the world
the
to
confluence.
Them.
It's the confluence. The three rivers. The confluence.
As well. But in order to confluate, you got to have a car. You know what I mean? So I love the fact
definitely
that,
the car in Green Bay too. They ain't got no public transportation in the smallest market
going on right there. But shout out to the Metro. It's one of the best public transportations in the world. You can get places, and that means the parties are going to be lit. DC is a favorite for me to go to, and the draft is more as a spectacle. DC itself, the Commanders, more of a spectacle as well. So it's going to be litty. The parties are going to be sane, and I don't know, maybe I might stick my nose up there just because DC is one of them places. So hey, shout out to them.
Jarrett, you think the NFL basically did them a solid? Look, you're getting the new stadium, so you're probably going to get a Super Bowl. This is a reward for that.
Yeah.
Do you like the fact that the NFL, I guess since 2015, right? They've taken this draft on the road to all these cities. I think it's good marketing for the league too.
No, I think it's excellent. It allows everybody see the different fan bases and just see the support that each team has within that fan base, and it also gets it gets the fan bases engaged more with the draft, right? Like being able to say like, hey, like our first round pick, hopefully there's been in the past some first round picks that haven't even been at the draft or that location, but it allows them to show their enthusiasm and get the energy flowing, and also just creates positive vibes at the draft and the site.
Yeah. Andrew, your thoughts here on just the NFL taking it. I think the last time, I remember, it was here in New York for years. Last one was 2014, Radio City Music Hall in Manhattan.
Yeah, no. At first, I was a little, I guess, abrasive towards it. It's nice to have
Mhm.
tradition in one place, and for it to be like Radio City Music Hall. That's a great place to be. But I also do
Yeah, but
love
when
the
it's
fact that,
outdoors, then you get hundreds of thousands of people, upwards of a million.
outdoors, a lot of people, and you got a lot of people who don't have the opportunity to go. Not everybody can travel. Like, say, let's say you're in California or something like that, Hawaii. Like, you can't always go all the way across course, like 5,000 miles. When it rotates different places, you see different places, you see different things, and there's different fan bases represented that you normally might not. So, for somebody like Green Bay or Nashville, like, this is great because ain't nothing much going on there, really. Well, not Nashville. Trash Nashville.
Hometown now. We were there in
Were you-
2019. 100,000 people there. It was lit.
No,
Second
Cashville.
Avenue and Broadway. Woohoo!
Cashville got places going on.
The
But Green
Ville,
Bay,
baby.
let's be real here.
Yeah.
I think everybody else can agree. Ain't nothing much going on there,
Yeah.
really. So to have an event like
It-
that's great. And that's crazy.
It's
for
sleepy,
them.
and you got plenty of cheese and milk to put you back to sleep too in Green Bay.
Rock that baby to sleep because that's what you're going to be doing after 10
location that
p.m.
can never change is the Heisman. I think that's like the most
Yeah.
amazing
Yeah.
ceremony that there is in like any touch, I feel like. But
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's here in New York, right?
Right. That in New York.
Yeah.
But like the Green Bay like that one was absolutely jam packed. It was cool.
Mhm.
Detroit last year was awesome.
No, yeah, they've been doing really well.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the Washington one. I think the Washington one's going to be a hit. You know?
Well, it's like I said, it's just with Washington, man. You got the George Washington Memorial there. Yeah, it's just, I mean, the mall.
Respectable.
You can't beat that, man. Like I remember Nashville looking down all the way down Broadway from all the way at the top, all the way down the hill to the Cumberland River. You see the Titans stayed in the backdrop. That was great. Green Bay was great. Detroit was awesome. Who else has had a good one? Was Vegas pretty good?
Vegas good. Texas also had a pretty good one too, right?
Yeah.
One
Did
there.
Cleveland have one recently? I can't remember. No,
Who was on
I
the
can't remember.
water? One of them was on the water, weren't they? Or am I
I can't
tripping?
remember.
Seattle.
I don't know. We've had 10 of these things now
Yeah.
since 2015. Yeah, well, no,
Vegas.
we saw. I mentioned Vegas. Vegas was nice.
Yeah.
I-
Yeah, Vegas
How
was
would
the
you
one with
guys
the most. That was
feel-
crazy.
How would you guys feel if former presidents started making a few picks throughout that draft ceremony? That'd be pretty cool, right?
That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
That'd
That'd
be
be
cool.
interesting. Like
Right,
special rules,
especially
stuff
like
that.
their hometown or their favorite team, like Obama doing the Bay, like that.
It would be like very American, right? Like
Right.
that'd be very like.
But who would Trump
Yeah.
pick? Like he's not loved in New York, so he's going to be one of the New York teams or one of the Florida teams.
Does
Does not apply.
He just needs to smile up there.
Right, exactly.
You can get George Bush. He can do Cowboys or Houston.
Cowboys, yeah,
Texans,
you can
yeah.
get Cowboys, Texans, something
Texans,
else.
yeah.
Be something different, just to like honor the fact that it's in Washington D.C. You know. I don't know.
Mhm,
Right,
mhm.
right.
Nice little ring.
And just keep the co-eds and the cheerleaders away from him. He'll be
Oh
good.
gosh, I was
Yeah.
gonna say like him and Arkansas. What
Arkansas, he could do Tennessee Titans, I guess, closest
I guess.
place or whatever. Or I mean, Arkansas is close to Texas too, so he could do, he could do Cowboys or something like that. But
You can do the Texans, the other one,
All right.
Oh, 2 Texans. Okay, I will say that. If any Texans are out here, they know.
and Biden can
Cowboys,
definitely could do Eagles or
Oh, there you go.
Steelers.
Yeah.
It's Pennsylvania guy.
That would be cool.
That would be cool. All right, man. But so you on board, Andrew? You think I know for a fact DC is going to be the best one yet?
Yeah.
And like I said, I feel bad for Pittsburgh. It's like, dude, y'all coming off of Detroit, Green Bay, which was lit, and Pittsburgh is like, what are you going to do? What are we going to do? Eat Primanti brothers? How are they going to show out? I'm trying to think like, but you're right. If Green Bay can do it, I guess they can do it.
Coal everywhere, you know what I mean? There's gonna be people in coal suits and coal miners. You're just gonna be throwing all of that. I don't really.
And there's
know.
nothing iconic about it. I guess you got the 3 rivers right there. You got the bridges, going across to the,
Yeah.
to PNC and the old Heinz Field. I'm trying to think what's iconic about Pittsburgh coming down the mountain. I mean,
Coal, you're gonna be in a coal suit, and the draft picks are gonna come in like coal carts. You know what I mean? And they're just gonna like come through like that,
yeah, we're
Gotta
gonna
get
be mining for picks. Yeah,
mining for picks. There
mining
you go.
for picks. That's what we're
Roger
gonna be
Goodell
doing.
is gonna have his axe.
Draft
and
picks
he's
are going to
be
have
there.
long johns underneath their suits.
Right. Back to the Madden game. We got a 10-0 lead here. Late stages of the second quarter. I'm going to go ahead while we have a moment here. I'm going to go ahead and get a read in real quickly, Kevin, while we're waiting. That second quarter, it's not over yet, but I'm going to get it in right. Quarter brought to you by our good friends right here at El Aguila Dorado Restaurant, right here located in Bayonne, New Jersey. Check them out online, AguilaDoradoRestaurant.com. Great, authentic Mexican restaurant, folks. Got great food, great vibes, great environment. The libations definitely flowing. Got the drinks. Happy hour Monday through Friday, 2 to 6 p.m. Mariachi shows every other Tuesday. DJs on the weekend. Flat nights on the weekends as well. They got the patio. It's all right here. Great food, man. Great, authentic Mexican food. Even have some, for us folks like me, gringos out there, affectionately known as. They got great food as well. Whatever you need, burgers and everything else right here. And it's just a huge bar. I'm sitting on it right now, all the way down there. Like the bar is like, no joke, maybe 200 feet long. So check them out online, AguilaDoradoRestaurant.com. All right, we're back here live here at Aguila, El Aguila Dorado Restaurant.com. Late stages of the second quarter. You're trying to put a stranglehold on this game here. We're going to go ahead and get back into the NFL talk real quickly, Kevin. Let's go ahead and bring in the conversation about the Commanders. We were just talking about D.C. Washington, D.C. going to have the NFL draft in 2 years in 2027. They're going to have a new stadium coming up here in about 5 years. So D.C., it's been approved. The Commanders are going to go back to their old roots where they won 3 titles, played in D.C. area at RFK from the 60s all the way to 96. So it's like 30 plus years there before they left and went to Maryland. They're going to go back. $3.5 billion stadium, about a 65,000 seat stadium. Going to have a roof as well. And it looks pretty nice, as well as it should. It's going to be over $3 billion. Your thoughts here, Andrea, on the Commanders getting the new stadium and going back to their old stomping grounds, going back to the motherland, RFK?
Going back to the motherlands is nice, but roofs right now. I understand this makes and increases your eligibility for the Super Bowl, so that is something that all of these, teams
and they will absolutely get one. You spend $3.5 billion on the stadium, you get a Super Bowl.
What is the streak for them to I feel like it's consistently the most latest stadium always gets a guarantee.
My Tennessee Titans in Nashville, theirs is coming online in the next couple of years, and it's beautiful, right next to Nissan Stadium, and it's also going to have a roof. They're going to get a Super Bowl.
But when it comes football weather, hard-nosed, gritty, and it's up north. You do have the lake right there. You're by the water. I really like football being played outside. The possibility of snow, the possibility of weather affecting things, especially late into the playoffs. It kind of disappoints me that, of course, you want to be able to host the Super Bowl, but it kind of disappoints me that most of these new stadiums are going to go ahead and get out. Real tradition of being outside in the elements. It's another factor that can kind of help your team, but it just makes football in itself, and so that kind of just makes me a little bit sad. But at least it's a homecoming, so that's good for the original Commanders fans out there.
Yeah, we're not going to say the R word there.
Yeah.
Back when they were playing at RFK. Jarrett, your thoughts here? She was talking about football weather. You think about the newest stadiums in New York, which I believe was 08, 09, I believe here. Somewhere around there. MetLife Stadium. Also, the Link down in Philly. Mm-hmm. New stadiums at the time, they've been around for about 20 years now, 15, 20 years. But they're still outdoors. So there's something to what Bordy is saying there, JG.
Right. I would definitely agree with what she's saying. From my perspective, as a quarterback, I know how tough it could be to
70 degrees and indoors, baby. Come on, let's go.
And obviously, you look at it, too, from the mindset of, I don't know how much goes into it, but you look at Jaden Daniels and you look at where he went to college and where he's from. Who knows how much experience he does have playing in cold weather games. So I think that this is also a positive for him because it allows him to create longevity for himself and also not have to play in colder weather elements. And also, I would wonder with the attendance purposes as well, what's it's like in colder weather cities with wide open, right? Would this help attendance when they are obviously they're going to be winning more games? So I don't know how the correlation is going to. It might be a little bit skewed at this point, but I think that
no attendance problems at MetLife or the Link or in Buffalo. They're also going to get. I think they're going to have a dome too. I was going to
say they're good, but not MetLife.
I haven't seen a lot of fans at MetLife, unfortunately.
Yeah,
they sell a lot of tickets. They might not show up.
The numbers. We've all seen that social media thing where that.
No, I've been to a few, and I really haven't seen many fans. But no, you were accurate with the Link. I mean, Eagles fans are absolutely crazy. They're gonna 17 zip.
Yeah,
it's a tough one. But yeah, if Eagles fans are nuts, they're always gonna show up. But I think the newest and biggest one was Buffalo, and they decided not to indoor their stadium. Meanwhile, they probably have one, if not the worst elements, one of them in Minnesota, also Green Bay.
Yep.
I didn't really agree with theirs as much because, I mean, you look every year in December and January, like absolutely blizzard-like conditions. But Josh Allen plays well in those conditions, and the team has also created for home field advantages in those conditions. So, and at that point, Bills Mafia is going to show up whether it's negative 20 degrees, negative 10 degrees. You know what I mean? So, like, there's some skewedness with that, but for Washington, I think that it's positive. I also saw that they're thinking about getting some grass field there too instead of turf. So that might be, it's just a win-win for everybody right now. And they're going back to their most winningest spot in franchise history.
Yeah. Grass indoors. I mean, you talk about it. I remember when I did a couple of Super Bowls in Phoenix with what was that, the University of Phoenix Stadium, but now that's called State Farm Stadium, I guess. Arizona Cardinals. Your old stomping grounds. Remember they have to slide the tray in? They slide the grass in.
They still do the same thing.
Yeah.
Every year they slide it in and they slide it out just so that they can, maintenance-wise, it's able to get enough sun, and obviously you got to water and keep. It's definitely more expensive than turf, but if it's going to make the players happy and it's going to allow them to stay healthier, and you're making a brand new stadium, I don't know how you sit there and say, now we're just going to do turf.
Right.
Yeah, we can't act like these stadiums and these NFL owners don't have the money to spend, something in Premier League and something in, over the pond when it comes to football, the other football. They make sure that these players, in order to protect their ligaments, have grass. So if there's grass here, forget the elements. As long as we can protect the players and we can keep the knees healthy, I'm all good.
Sure. Who knows what it turns into, right? Like the World Cup's coming. Like,
yeah,
maybe
that's true.
There's going to be soccer games. Who knows if they want to have a championship there one day? Like, I would be marketing for all of it, especially where that location is in Washington, D.C., around all that. I think that it's a win-win for everybody. I think they'll obviously be able to recoup their money with the amount of events and things that are going to happen. So I definitely don't want to hear the turf and grass. It's too expensive.
No. Now, what they're talking about is, a lot of these new venues, look, if you're going to spend $3, $4, $5 billion in some cases on some of these places, but they're $1 billion nowadays. All right, you need to have dates. There's only 8 football dates and maybe 2 preseason games. They're looking at 10 games, 8 football games, and maybe 2 more in the playoffs. So a total of 12 max throughout a year. Well, that still leaves 350 something other days. Yeah. So they need at least 200 dates to use these stadiums, man, so they can really pay for themselves and make money. Let me ask you this, Andrew. You like the look of it? Aesthetically, I think it's a beautiful. They did a real good job as far as the renderings that we've seen and the ones that the Commanders put out. And I'm looking at old dilapidated RFK Stadium, man. It's like a relic. It's like going back in time. But hell, the thing was built in the 60s. The top shot that you saw, like the waviness, it reminds me of a Pringles chip. So I mean, that is my observation. Look at that. That's a Pringles chip right there. Okay. Yeah, they were all the cookie cutter stadiums back in the day. Atlanta Fulton County Stadium, the ones in Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, St. Louis, the Vet in Philly. They were all the same. A distinguished look, though. I do like that. Yeah. Like the Mercedes-Benz Dome right here down in Atlanta. There's one thing you can say about it. It's very distinguishable. It looks like an evil building out of a horror movie for sure. But it's very distinguishable, right? And we all love it, right? An evil plotting building. So the fact that this is its own shape and its own thing, I love it as well. I like there being distinguished elements to it. I don't like the cookie cutter thing because that doesn't really rep a team like it needs to, Get some pride going. Make it different. And JG, got some rabid fans down there in DC. So the stadium's going to have some character, 65,000. That is a real fan base. Now, I know they've had some struggles last 20 years or so. Been to the playoffs, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 times. Last year, they went to the NFC Championship game. They got a hot quarterback, got a really good coach, and they was worth billions of dollars. Finally, things are looking up in DC, JG.
Mm-hmm. I think the most perfect timing, I was going to reference this topic a little bit before with the draft, but I didn't want to skip ahead. But this is the most perfect timing for, I was going to call them the R word, but perfect timing for the Commanders and their franchise. Like, I obviously saw this, and throughout this offseason, like fans are still obviously wanting that old name back for sure. But I think this. Cut it out. You ain't getting it back. Stop it. With this new stadium, with the draft coming, like I think that this was the perfect time for them to sit there and say, like, maybe this is a new era. Like, this is the Commanders. This is the Redskins anymore, right? Like, this is going to be one where there's a lot more wins, a lot less tragedy. Who knows? So who knows, right? Like, I just think that this is the perfect timing.
Right.
And like you said, the front office is all aligned. The head coach is a very good head coach. Quarterback, great quarterback. It's all around. I think they built this team for success. So I'm really excited.
Real quickly, boards.
Look what not having Dan Snyder can do with the organization, man.
I looked at some of their grades, man, like, like weight room and stadium and all that stuff. I think they had F's on like half of the grades. But now the grades have improved. Families improved. Weight training is improved. Nutrition's improved. Facilities have improved.
Care?
Everything. Yeah.
All that stuff matters. You have all
Stuff matters.
Players go through free agency. Obviously, one of the biggest things is state taxes, right?
Sure.
Obviously, they'll take a hit for being in Washington and being in the Northeast with state taxes. But when you start looking at grades and you start looking at facilities and fields that they play at and just the things that they do with the families, those grades get up there. The players are going to want to go play for that. And they know that their head coach, Dan Quinn, is a really good coach and he's a player's coach. Mm-hmm. People will want to sign with them in free agency.
All right, got a 17-0 ball game here. Back to the NFL, we're talking about the Commanders, their rival, the Philadelphia Eagles, and their star receiver, Super Bowl champ A.J. Brown. Well, he got engaged this past weekend, and it's a very special occasion. I don't know if you guys saw this, but so A.J. Brown engages and proposes to his girlfriend. I believe her last name is Riley. Very close. So congratulations to them. But the big story was John Legend was there and performed live. And if you're going to do a special engagement with your girlfriend or your honey, man, the bar is like up here and you ain't jumping over it, young man. How big of a flex was that, Andrew? Now, I saw John Legend last June in Atlantic City, a very small, quaint, intimate setting there in Atlantic City. Dude's good, man, live, man. Got some great stories. Legend.
Well, guess what? The venue that they got married in, as you see right here, that's anything but quaint, right? All decked out with the roses, all good. This is like a great engagement with the teardrop, obviously, ring as well. And then on top of that, having someone like John Legend, like he must really love this girl. I know this felt like something out of a fairy book tale for her, and
definitely
this just makes me happy. We love to see the fact that he went out all stops to make sure that his girl was happy. So come on now, don't make me cry. Come on, I want to cry for her. It's so good.
JG, you got work to do, brother.
He did his thing, man. Like,
hey, AJ Brown said, "Challenge, JG, challenge."
The only time I ever seen this was in a Martin episode when he had Brian McKnight pull up, and I'm just thinking, like, hey, like that's just a TV show, like. Now AJ Brown wants to come out and do something like this. Like,
I know
everybody's hopes up. Now everybody should be treated like this. The guy probably had $1 million for an appearance. Maybe they're friends. Who knows? But he just set the bar so high on dudes. I can't even imagine. Like, it makes me sick to my stomach.
Pressure.
Happy for pressure. He didn't have to do that to us.
He didn't. He did not have to do this, but he did. Real quickly, when I proposed to my ex-wife at the time, this was 2004 or 5. Yeah, 2005. I should have known because we got married that same year. I was at a baseball game, and I did it live on the Jumbotron, and we showed it on the news too. So that was pretty cool too. But AJ Brown, he clowned all of us.
Yeah.
He clowned us all, JG. I'm glad I'm not thinking about getting married anytime soon.
He's making us look really bad right
now. Yeah.
I mean, hey, shout out to you though, Larry. The Jumbotron and everything like that, a baseball game, that's still like going out your way. That's still a big thing. Not everybody has to have the glitz and the glam, and not everybody's going to be able to get John.
You still got to have a little pull and some swag to do that because you got to get the team behind it and the production behind it. So, yeah.
The whole production, the crew. Yeah. Obviously, we're seeing this go down, so we know that the cameras were out and ready to go to. They have all in regalia. Not everybody's going to have to do like this. But I will say, do whatever you can as long as, your girl has that special connection to it or your whoever has. It's all good at the end of the day. You don't always have to have John Legend, but I will say, dang, that's a cat. It's a cat.
That is. Shout out to A.J. Brown there. Real quickly, last story before we get out of here, guys. Have to throw this in here. We're talking about a Super Bowl winning receiver. Let's winning coach. A coach just won 6 Super Bowls as the head coach and 2 as an assistant coach with the defensive coordinator with the New York Giants. We're talking about Bill Belichick. We talked about Belichick plenty on this show, guys. Your thoughts here on Belichick, his girlfriend, UNC, worried? that Jordan Hudson has too much influence on her boyfriend that's almost 50 years older than her. She's the CEO of Bill Belichick Inc. and the whole production crew as well. We saw where she interjected, according to my folks at CBS, more than once. Your thoughts here on UNC? Look, this is an issue when your employer is like, "Yo, we worried about you, dog." Andrea.
So shout out to her. A lot of times, especially too, when you look at that significant age gap, you think that Bill Belichick is the
significant,
one that's
you're being kind. It's 50 damn years.
Yeah, that's a massive age gap. That's an age gasm.
That's a
valley,
gulf.
Okay,
That's a chasm.
Right?
It's a chasm.
That's a lot going on. But a lot of times it's an older guy that's with the taking advantage of the woman. Shout out to her. It's the opposite way around. She's calling the shots. Okay. I would say power moves and
I've seen like Megyn Kelly and a bunch of like prominent people like, hey, elder care. Like she's mistreated person, elderly person.
I would say power moves and boss
Look at JG
moves,
shaking his
but
head like,
I'm a little concerned. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit concerned. Look, if Bill loves it and he seems to be of his proper mental faculties, then cool. But I'm just looking at this every passing day with my eyes just squinting a little bit more like, what's going on here really? I'm just observing at this point, just observing.
JG, on a scale of 1 to 10, where's your concern level? Belichick in the University of North Carolina, his employer and his girlfriend who's interjecting in interviews, doing everything on social media. You got Page 6 talking about Bill Belichick and his girlfriend. Yikes. Oh boy. Yikes.
Gotta be,
I'm at an 8.5, 9, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Like, this is not the Bill Belichick I know.
No.
It's not the Bill that I know. And say that it's putting me at a 5 because deep down I feel like him coaching college football still isn't right. I still think he's just doing it for a year.
He was at practice, running practice the other day.
He's good. Like,
no, I'm making that part up. But go ahead.
No, but I think
she was on the field though.
This might be like a little, like, not a joke, but like this is just a game for him. Like this is just like his time off. Like his son's gonna take over whenever next year, and then he's gonna be back in the NFL, so he'll enjoy football. Because I don't think this is gonna fly when he gets back up top. So you know what I mean? Like maybe he's just taking a big deep breath and like just letting whatever happen right now. Yeah, but I mean he's doing Pilates poses and.
But JG, that's what makes me more concerned because who is this man? Like this wasn't the man for like 20, 30, 40 years that was like, I'm stoic and I run everything.
Telling Tom Brady he could find a quarterback in high school, dog cussing people out, and this little 24-year-old tells you what to do, and he says nothing.
Like, what is going on? That's why I'm mostly concerned because, like, I understand you want to switch it up later in life, but this is not just a switch up. This is a complete, about things.
Maybe just like after coaching in the NFL for so long and like he took like years away, he looked at it from like a different scope of everything and life. Maybe this is just him finding his true self. I don't think so, because I think next year he's going to be coaching wherever, and I think he's going to be rocking and rolling old Bill himself, not really smiling, just right to business. But UNC Bill, this is what we're going to do, like chapters, like he's on different teams. UNC Bill is a freaking cat.
Chapel Bill, or you know what? Let's just call a spade a spade. He getting some of that good, and he's like, I don't know what this is. It's like somebody with their nose wide open. You know what I'm saying? It's like they have no idea. My whole life has changed since you came in. I knew back then you were the special one.
It must be a special one.
So deep in love. So deep in love.
She's deep in love.
All the people at El Dorado looking at Larry like, what is he doing in that corner?
Right.
He's doing a body roll. You know, something's going down when he's body rolling.
And no music.
It's not the bachata.
Oh man, it's not bachata. It's not. Happy birthday to you.
Hey,
all right. Congratulations to Bill Belichick, though, man. I don't know. Maybe hopefully the season will be just as entertaining as the off season. Gosh, man, I wish they did hard knocks on this. This would be so good. But we did see that she is running Bill Belichick production. So, and we did see her with the mic on the field a couple of weeks ago. So at the spring game. So hopefully we'll get some behind the scenes and something from Bill Belichick and Chapel Bill. All right, guys, the game is over. OG2K gets the win in the Madden matchup. Still, I was about to be like Michael Buffer. And still OG2K, the king of the hill. Your thoughts here, Jarrett and Andrea. Jarrett first with the workman-like performance he had today.
No, I mean, this was probably his best performance. Right? Like I was looking forward to seeing if he had a hot start or not, or if he was just going to come out again and have another cold start and then turn it up at the end. But it kind of looked like he was firing on all cylinders to start the game. And if it keeps rolling red, you just got to stay with red. So I'm happy to go with him. Congratulations again, OG.
JG said he won, but I also won too.
I'll take my win. I feel pretty good about myself tonight.
Your thoughts, Andrew?
I'll say this. There was a time where he threw an interception. I thought this could be the time that Broncos comes back into it. But again, goose egg. This was the most impressive performance in a while. OG said, hey, I can't just keep winning at the last minute. He didn't win at the last minute. Emphatic victory.
All right. Good stuff for OG2K. The fourth quarter brought to you by our good friends at Kettle Black. We'll be there on Thursday, literally in 2 days for ISG basketball here in about 48 hours. KettleBlackBar.com. 2 locations, one in Brooklyn and one in Shaolin. That would be Staten Island, literally right over the bridge, or the Bayonne Bridge to Staten Island. We'll be there on Thursday. 2 locations, like we said, Brooklyn and Staten Island. Swing, burgers, and beer. Food and Wine magazine, folks, said one of the top 5 wing joints in America. And they ain't lying. Wings are fabulous there. I like the mac and cheese with the brisket. Also the pulled pork and a little barbecue sauce in it, man. That's got some good treats there at Kettle Black, man. Also open daily 11:30 a.m. to 1 a.m. as well. A bunch of other events they have as well. They got live music, trivia, sports. Got all the TVs as well. So if you want to watch baseball, basketball, NBA playoffs, anything NFL related, it's all there. Check them out online. KettleBlackBar.com. 2 locations, Brooklyn and Staten Island. All right, guys, let's go ahead and bring in the winner, which would be our guy, OG2K, out the Sheezy. Nicholas Sirianni, your thoughts here, man. Look, you've had a lot of close ball games recently, last, I would say 4, 5, 6 weeks. Not so close. What was working for you?
I feel like I just didn't make mistakes, and I took care of the clock, took care of the ball, and just didn't make mistakes.
So you didn't make mistakes. Was it the good start, getting up to that 7-0 lead? Because a lot of these games you were trailing as well and coming back fiercely at the end. Was it as simple as, let me get the lead, play the game sort of on your terms?
Yeah, that was exactly it. Once you get the first stop, you have like a boost of confidence, and then it helps everywhere. And then like your ideas start to flow on both sides of the ball, and I feel like that's what happened.
Andrew, JG?
Yeah, I would like to say you did kind of make a mistake, but it was towards the end of the half, so you didn't get penalized for it as much. Did you feel at any point that this could kind of away from me, or like you said, the confidence boost at the beginning just kind of led you throughout the whole thing?
There were like going from like the end of the second half to the start of the or the end of the first half to the start of the second half. I had to be good on offense right there, or else it could have got pretty close.
Gotcha. JG, you got anything?
Yeah, no, I thought that I didn't know whether interception was just the change of pace of you starting to feel like a little bit relaxed. So I was like a little nervous about it, but then the second half came out and then you started playing great defense, and literally the next drive it just turned right back on. So I wasn't too worried about it. But one question was, what did you see early in the game that made you start as fast as you did this week?
I feel like he was in like 2 or 3 tight end sets, and a lot of players don't have like a good or a lot of experience against that, and I feel like I have pretty good experience against like runners or people who come out in like heavy sets.
Did you match with personnel, or how did you match it?
Yeah, I had 4 DBs on the field, and everyone else was linebackers or D linemen and 3-4 odd, and I know a 3-4 odd that like shoots out every run and just has like solid man coverage behind it. So I just stuck in that.
And I guess it helps the fact that you've played with the Ravens for these last couple of weeks, so you're pretty familiar with how to stop them, huh?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Definitely.
All right. Well, congratulations, man. You're going to be back next week. We'll see you next Tuesday. What team are you going to play with?
If I don't get the Chief, I think I'm going to use maybe I'll use the Texans.
I like that. I like that a lot.
What do you like about them?
They got Mixon, Stroud. They just got a lot of weapons everywhere, and then just defense, like star players on defense as well. Stingley, Daniil Hunter, Will Anderson.
Yep, coming off the edge from the University of Alabama star. Well, congratulations, man. We'll see you next week. Hang on real tight. Let's go ahead and get out of here. Before we do, folks, if you want to be like OG2K, win some money, and also be the king of the hill, it's your opportunity. You can join us now. Go to our website. It's free entry, ages 13 and up. Join us now, competeforever.com/Madden League and win cash and other prizes. And we also have the weekly King of the Hill format. Once again, you can join us now. Go to competeforever.com/Madden League. Do it today, but do it to now. Also, folks, this post-game show brought to our good friends at 902 Brewing. The 902 Brewery, we were just there last week. We'll be there next week. Not this week, but next week. We'll be at 902brewing.com. Located in Jersey City, 101 Pacific Avenue, literally just about 5 or 10 minutes down the road from me here in Bayonne. A craft brewery in Jersey City, producing ales and lagers, also handcrafted beers, and the best atmosphere with good times, folks there. Made right there in Jersey City. Got the spacious tap room. They host a bunch of other events, yoga. For the ladies, we talk about Bill Belichick. They actually have ladies doing yoga, and they actually, I think the kids, there's a little area where they watch the kids and everything for you. So Don doing a good job out there. Got the live bands, DJs, comedians, local DJs. Also the rooftop, which we showed you last time. If it's a nice day, we'll definitely give you some shots of that. Check them out online, 902brewing.com. And the best atmosphere, producing ales and lagers there in Jersey City. All right, folks, it's been a great show. I want to thank everybody for joining us, the champ, OG2K, the king of the hill, and also for Bronco, another valiant effort. I'm sure we'll be seeing him in the upcoming weeks. For Andrew Richmond, peace up, A down. What are you doing over the next few days down there in the A?
I'm just trying to rest my voice. Like I said, I did a great event. Shout out to Baylor University in Texas weekend, but I got too much. LeBron James. I can't even sing that anymore because I yapped too close to the sun. So in a week's time, I'm gonna get my LeBron on after I rest my voice.
You glazing LeBron? We don't need any more glazing of LeBron.
I glaze too close to the sun, man. I can't help it. LeBron is LeBron, and my coach is about to retire, so I need to glaze while he's still here. You know?
Oh my gosh, you're a goat. You can have him. JG, what's up with you, man? Man, how you guys doing?
Ooh, up and down year. Kind of crazy stuff. Head coach, too sick. Offensive coordinator left. Up and down, but
what? He just left.
Yeah, no.
He just bounced in the middle of the night like the freaking Indianapolis Colts on a Mayflower truck.
Week 2 just said, you know what? No, this is a professional league where I'm out, and just said, and everybody's like, what the? And then our head coach, unfortunately, he's getting a little older, so he has some health concerns. So so kind of just been on our own for a little bit, so
weathering the storm. It's been stormy in Texas, so
I try to just smile and just keep.
That's all you can do. The inmates are literally running the asylum right now. Are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah. It's like it's like Gridiron Gang a little bit. No, not Gridiron. It's like Longest Yard a little bit.
Longest Yard. Longest Yard.
JG, all he can do is control what you can control.
Yo, I wish we had you on last week. We showed Samson Puka Nakua's brother slapping the fan. Give us the inside scoop. What the hell happened there? We were wondering, like, why did he smack the fan? I know the fans in St. Louis can be a little unruly.
Yeah, those fans are a little bit rowdy, and right. I had to write something that the fan had spit on the kid or.
I said it. I said spit or N-word, one of the two.
Yeah, so he made a gesture and he retaliated. Could have just kept his distance. I've heard my fair share, unfortunately, in the SEC.
Right.
Yeah, bad scene. I don't think you could do that. Both parties are at fault, obviously, but what's going to be publicized the most, obviously, the athlete.
Yeah,
so we were missing you guys last week. Go ahead, Andrew. We were missing both you guys last week. I wanted your freaking takes on it because Nabias and Durham were like, he ate that one. I'm like, he smacked piss out of dude.
you know, it's one of those faith where like you got to realize what type of athletes you're going against, right? You got to know the height and skill, okay, that you're going against. It's not great look on him, but also too, Faithful, man, you ain't working with somebody down at the local YMCA. They real.
Has there been any talk in the locker rooms about it? Like, damn, dude, Samson went off. He smacked dude for real. Any locker room stuff, JG? Anything in the locker room? People like, whoa,
no,
yo.
Literally, we popped in and everybody was like, bro, did you see the video? We were like, everybody was like, wait, what video? And then obviously went around the room and everybody was like, nah, no way, you can't do that. Like everything, like. But then we kind of heard the context throughout the week, and we were like,
yeah, maybe you can. You can't do it. Yeah, I understand. I
know in that locker room, there's somebody like, man, that happened to me, man. You can't, you know, there's always one of them, a couple of them, you know.
Oh, man. Warranted. But
I'm just so glad that you proved me right, man, because I'm like, that two things that'll get me out in those stands. Spitting on me or calling me the N-word. It's that simple.
Yeah, no, that as soon as that'll get the character out of line a little bit. So I was hoping that it was something really bad because obviously it looks tremendously bad. Like if he was just heckling him, like as an athlete, obviously you're getting paid to play and to absorb the heckling. But if it starts getting to the point of like he's calling you out your name and saying like stuff and then spit like Malice at the Palace, no.
You know?
See, they brought that up, and I was like, no, we're not going there. We're not going there. We're not going
Had a
there.
Ron Artest moment, okay?
Hey, my producer said he smacked the Sonic coins out his mouth.
Yes.
But then he walked away, and then
He
he walked
did.
away, and I'm like, just stand on it then. You know,
Right.
Yeah. Stand on it.
That's, like I said, they don't realize what they're going against, right? People at the local YMCA. It's real.
Oh, man. So he got suspended one game, JG, right? So I was like, okay. But what about Dean Blandino? I read something where I saw a video like Dean was like, yeah, I mean, we really can't do anything. If he would have punched him, maybe he gets a penalty. I'm like, so you can smack a fan. You're good. You punch him, we call a damn penalty. I'm like, that's the UFL, man. You gotta love it. Am I crazy, JG?
You gotta take and give. This is you.
Give and take, man. Give and take. I love it. I love you guys, man. Oh my gosh, dude. That was great. Puka Nakua. I'm thinking Samson. Oh boy. All right, good stuff, man. JG, have a great week, man. I hope you feel better, brother. Good luck to you guys, the Broncos this weekend. And we'll see you soon, guys. All right, guys, that'll do it here live from El Aguila Dorado Restaurant. The Golden Eagle has landed right here in Bayonne, New Jersey. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on Thursday. ISG will be live at the Kettle Black Sports Bar talking about the latest in the NBA playoffs and college basketball, all things basketball. We'll see you then, guys. Have a great weekend, a great night, and we'll see you Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here, Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter, and also Bally Live Stadium Sports Network. Make it a good one, folks. Bye-bye. See you then.